and underway in their change without supporters in the ground. The first of two meetings. Uzbekistan have won it back. First chance for them to mount an attack, and it goes harmlessly through. The legend Srećko Katanec had to step down for health reasons during the World Cup qualifiers. Here come the Dutch with Gakpo on his half-century of appearances. Marlon looking to slide it through to Tijani. The fact he's picked him again is good news, but they've got defending to do here. And they do so pretty well. There's a snapshot that goes wide. They want a corner. It's just going to be a goal kick. Shukurov it was, who fired it in from who is the man to drop between the centre halves and help the build-up play. Van der Ven with a ball that curls away from Donyell Malen. The Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington. And then it'll be Sweden, followed by Tunisia and Kansas City. Experienced this in the last year for Faisalayev, but he's a very useful creative player. Here come the Dutch though with Somerville. Real pace from Somerville, and out comes your stun defensive line was. Marlon lurking. Gakpo's beaten it again. Gakpo for Marlon, who again can't get it out of his feet. Well, again, that looked like a decent enough chance for Donyell Malen, similar to many he got against Algeria, and again it doesn't go the Dutch way. Well, that would have been close. Gakpo not flagged offside initially, and that's a poor finish. Really not. Looks to have his name on the team sheet in that attacking midfield berth. Somerville up for Marlon, who is a very mobile striker and races into the box now. Eventually, De Jong, Gravenberch. Just a little high for Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo looking to cut on his right. Lovely little dink ball for Dumfries, and there's Reinders, who pops it over the top. Didn't quite adjust in time. Again, the Dutch open things up. This time it's a clever ball from Gakpo to pick out their overlapping defender. Was he onside? I think he did his best to just stay onside. He was. This time they've gone long. Gakpo cutting in. Again, up against his Manchester City teammate, Husanov. De Jong. Chipped in by Frenkie de Jong. Not cleared entirely. Dutch have nicked it back. Here's Reinders. Tijani Reinders holds it up. Crescencio Somerville. Oh, it's away from Marlon. Didn't quite reach Gakpo. Goalless in New York at the moment. De Jong for Gravenberch. Opening up. He's hit a few long passes. The preferred method of building up, though, is to use De Jong, use Reinders, and then try and move it. Now Dumfries joining in. Somerville. One way and then the other. It's an easy one. He's on the under-23s in the Asian Cup. This was Somerville's initial break. That heavy touch just gave enough of the ball to Yusupov. Then we saw a chance for Donyell Malen. One you'd expect him to put away once again, but he fluffed it wide with his right foot. And then a well-timed run here from Denzel Dumfries. But that ball, which needs addressing. Nice turn from Reinders. Might he go himself? He does, and it fizzes wide. Good side of goal for Tijani Reinders. He's already had one with his head. Now rifles a right-footed effort just past that upright. Invited to go on and on. From midfield, they've not allowed him to get on the ball as yet. There's another one for Somerville. Oh, and is that a penalty? Referee has a look and says, yes, I think. Somerville goes down. It was a bit of a scissor challenge, and he was nowhere near the ball. Half an hour in, we do have the option of video assistant to have a check. Somerville only one in his last 18 games for club and country. It is Gakpo against Yusupov. And Gakpo scores! First blood to Netherlands, under the goalkeeper and in. Cody Gakpo marks his half-century of Dutch appearances with his 20th goal for his country. They have the breakthrough just past the half hour. Dumfries released him. And the pace of Somerville took him through. That was the return ball to try and find Faruk Safayev. They've got space here. Here he is, looking for a left-footed shot. Prodded forward by Moscovoy. Faizulayev gives and goes, and now has a crossing opportunity here into the near post. There's nobody there in blue. Reinders over the ball. Well, not the best Uzbekistan after qualifying. They won 8 of the last 9. The only defeat during their qualification campaign that they needed to get better against sides to play with a low block. Somerville, maybe he's in there to do that. His shot has crashed into the defender, De Jong. Need to switch the ball a little bit more quickly than they are doing. That was his main criticism when they played Poland and didn't really... I've given that away rather cheaply. Here goes Yorunov, and crashed in, attempted at least, by Faizulayev. There have been a few little moments where they've switched off in concentration, and it's almost gone against them. That's strong from Dumfries, who has a good look up and looks to find Hakpo. There's a searching one, and he's onside here, Shomurodov. Oh, lovely little ball, looking for Moscovoy. They're being forced back. They need to really try and test things out by popping the ball in. That was never likely to be a free kick, and now the Dutch can break with Marlet and Somerville. And they're swarming forward here. Hakpo, Crescencio Somerville for Donia Marlen. Now, is that another penalty? His midfield partner Shakurov can bring it forward. Aiming for Shomurodov. Clearance is not great, and again it's a mishit shot from Shakurov. Does like a long-range effort, but that one went the way of his first one. 3 minutes there will be. Shakurov at the far post. Van der Ven makes it a... Aboshbek Faizulayev with the outswinging corner, and they'll... Shorter from Faizulayev. Shakurov. Neat for Shomurodov. Chipped in by Nasrullayev from here in the stadium. So Uzbekistan get us off and underway then, having restricted the Dutch to just a penalty from Cody Gakpo in that first 45 minutes. Back goes the ball from Urosov, who conceded the foul on Crescencio Somerville. Officially out of the World Cup squad. Here is Gakpo up against Safiev, and that will be a foul right on the edge of the box. He fell inside it, but he didn't want to show his hand too early. That goes in low, looking for Gakpo. Gakpo for Reinders. Van der Ven has space, so he cut it back almost for... Husanov has lost out. Somerville. Now here goes Crescencio Somerville, and still that's a really good block to deny the winger a real side of goal. And it came in from Urunov. That was a brilliant header just wide. Van Dijk arriving late in the box. And the skipper not far away. Starts in a good position, and after wrestling with his marker, eventually he does get to the ball. Here it comes then. Oh, it's clattered, is Verbruggen. Husanov going for the ball. Here come the Dutch. Here comes Marlen. And there, oh, should have been the second goal for Gakpo. Took it in a stride, just inside the area, and then failed to hit the target. Well, they're not struggling to create, they are struggling to finish, as they did against Algeria. And eventually... Gakpo again in off that left-hand side. Oh, nice little turn on the edge. Too long from of Koeman's, now effectively his boss, but the relationship is a good one. Ability thump Malta And they were comfortable winners in games with one of the games with Lithuania. They also won 3-2, having been 2-0 up. There's a lovely ball in from the left-hand side from Nasrulayev. There was a general feeling in the qualifying campaign that has also been the case against Algeria and here. Shomurodov close to getting that one. Show it is behind closed doors and without cameras. Here comes Kakpo. Oh, chipped in brilliantly, and that's still goal. There for the taking for Crescencio Somerville. Kakpo doing what he does best. Wrong-footing defender. Sefayev on this occasion. Oh, it's sat up really nicely, and it's off the shin of Crescencio. Van der Ven, Van Hecke, all in there, but it's a cross which is not really good enough. Shomurodov did that one nicely. Faisalayev. Shomurodov. Right ball at the right moment. Here's the substitute, Hamdamov. Gravenberch is in the way, and then Van Dijk is in the... Injured himself. And then made a quick movement there and seems to have had some kind of muscle spasm. Oh, he just looked to have seized up as a result of the whack he got in an aerial challenge with Husanov, and he stayed on rather than coming off. That is the problem, really. Colliding with shoulder and elbow, or both, of the Manchester City defender. Surely for safety's sake you would take him off, wouldn't you? Your number one. With Brentford. Now plays at Bayer Leverkusen. Started again. I'll have to hope that's nothing too serious for Verbruggen. Space for Reinders. Through the middle looking for Brobbey. Deflection might fall his way. He has been able to turn and finish. Brilliant impact from Brian Brobbey. Putting the ball away, but the flag is up. And it's not going to count initially. It'll be checked by the VAR, but the deflection, not the initial ball, but the deflection has caught him offside. And the assistant is right in line, although he jogged back. Van Hecke almost found Brobbey. Reinders does find Thiel, who looks for Van der Ven, or nearly. Brobbey just a fraction away. Maybe didn't gamble enough, thinking the keeper would... Here is Iskanarov, who goes again. Oh, and has a chance to put it through for the man who's just come on. Hit long for Dumfries. When he almost got through, it'll be a goal. Muscovite. And they've worked it nicely right. 11 or so to go. There's the reverse ball for the left wing back, Nasrullah. Nice little layer from Brobbey. Here's Gakpo, trying to be unselfish. Oh, and it's very nearly an own goal. It's good defending, as it turned out. So the man, Asharmatov, who was booked not long ago, getting his head on that one ahead of Brian Brobbey. Go. Again, it's not great. Second game between these two later on. Presumably there's no way that he can start. Those just on the edge of the box. It does strike his arm. It's inside the D, and it bounces up onto his left arm. Well, the whole ball's not over the line, but it is very, very close. That one there is outside the box. Then it hits his arm, and from that angle it looks like it's in the box, but from the straight on position it's going to be very, very close. So this angle, I think this may well determine. There, that's outside the box quite clearly. I think you need to see it square on. This is the one here where he pats the ball down. It's momentum of his arm. He's not looking, it's an involuntary movement. This is the angle that is going to tell us, really, and tell the referee whether she awards it or not. There's the right arm touch, and there's the left arm touch. The question is, how close is this, frame by frame, to being absolutely inside the area? And that decision is penalty. Oh, she's got a red card out. Has she got a red card out here too? It is Shakurov who wastes it. Dear. So, denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity seems to be the verdict. Nasrulayev hung up in the air nicely. Cleared as far as Shakurov. His ball is a good one. Muscovoy was in there. Nasrulayev thought about a hit. Muscovoy. Oh, it's gone all the way through! Is that going to count? The flag stays down. And it looks like Sahayev has given Uzbekistan parity in stoppage time. A late goal once again. They were stung by Algeria, and now Ronald Koeman's side have been stung by Uzbekistan. Igor Sahayev with his 25th international goal. They just about got enough in the way. No, as he just judged this one in time. It's going to be close, I think. Khamdamov was offside in the middle. I'm not sure about Sahayev. It's going to be tight. He's finished it really well. Back at 48 teams. Here goes Hakpo. Oh, there goes Dumfries, and it has to be put in. No, it's off the line by Husinov. Well, very nearly. Very nearly. The goal that would have won it. I think it was Reinders coming in. Well, let's have a look at just how close it was. It's a really good ball back across from Dumfries. And then Reinders very close. Even 2-1 doesn't quite spare the blushes, really. He didn't get close touch on the ball on the way through. Now, is there a chance here for Somerville to finish with a flourish? No, there isn't. He had a big chance early in the second half to get his first international goal. And there, right at the end, he has stayed on side. Nice header inside. Could have taken it first time. Maybe for the Dutch to end their preparation with victory here in New York. Tijani Reinders with the corner, which is nodded by Van Hekke. Well, I'm assuming that's a goal kick. Equaliser in stoppage time, and now almost 8 minutes into stoppage time. Cody Hakpo can deny Uzbekistan a draw. Hakpo against Yusupov, part 2. Hakpo scores. They don't like the little stutter in the run-up, but this looks like going Netherlands' way. Cody Hakpo strikes again. 2 goals on his 50th international appearance, and the Dutch now lead by 2-1. Well, he sold him, the goalkeeper. That little stutter did not please Utku Yusupov at all. Well, there's going to be an increased emphasis, I think, on how set pieces and how holding and tangling in the boxes